Testicles. 1, 2. Testicles.
We back at it like crack addicts.
Welcome to Paranoid Radio Podcast. This is your boy Trebles Garcia, and with me in the ones and twos again, we got the best co-host on the motherfucking planet, my homie Big Tank. Salute, my boy. What's going on?
Oh, preach, my boy. Thank you. Nothing much right here dealing with this heat, my boy, this Sunday.
I know, for real, dude. This summer got me fucked up, dog. I know the fires around us is killing us, man.
Oh.
California is burning the fuck up.
It is. I need to go move down to the Bahamas or something, keep it fresh.
For real, dude. For real. Got to get a brew and shit and a couple honeys, you know?
Right.
Right before we jump into the next segment, man, and we get this episode on the road, I want to apologize to all the listeners. I know I promised you guys aliens and dimensions on the past one, but we weren't able to get it together for that episode. But we have an even better episode for you guys. This is going to be a bonus episode, and we have a very special guest on the line as well. Right before I go ahead and introduce him, I want to go ahead and push it on to my homie Big Tank for the segment called What is Happening?
That's right, people. What is happening, people? You guys know the drill. I'm going to bring you 2 segments, give you my official 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, you can't talk to me right now, but let me know.
Go ahead and send us a message or something.
Right. So today, something weird. I was just talking about this the other day with my family. Dog incidents, animal incidents of animals biting other people that act and behave has been spotted in the East Coast. Predominantly the New York area, and the only thing they could theorize that it's affecting the new 5G towers. This isn't happening everywhere, but they have seen a rise.
Kind of like the movie The Core, where something was happening with the magnetic fields, and then all the birds were dying and shit.
Yes,
some shit like that, kind of.
Yes. Animals per se. I'm not just gonna say dogs, cats, and everything. There has been a spike. Could it be coincidence, or could it be because of the new 5G towers? That's what they're theorizing. Don't believe me if you don't want to. Look it up. Let me know what you guys think.
That shit looks good, man. That shit sounds fucking dope. Interesting. Keep your eye on that. And if you have an episode or you've had an experience that have you seen anything different with your dog or anything like that near a 5G tower or just in random places in the earth? And you're listening to this, please give us a message and give us your feedback and send in your stories so like we could read it online live.
Most definitely. Or it might not even be animals. Have you guys noticed a difference? Are you guys getting more interruptions with your technology, your cell phone, your internet, your Wi-Fi? Is something happening? Because that's people are fighting the whole 5G towers.
Yeah.
I personally can't say I believe it a lot, but anything is possible.
You know, I think I don't even think they've even turned them on yet. But you know, that's we're gonna have to save all this information for another episode.
Exactly. All right. Story number 2: a flaming circle in the sky was spotted over Brazil and Argentina.
Whoa. Major shit. Argentina and Brazil have always been a hotspot for UFOs.
Yes. Exactly. They're theorizing. It was gone within a matter of 4 seconds. Okay? So they're saying it seemed like you've seen the movies when a ship is going in from outer space deep in and it's like burning up all fireballish. That's how people are describing it.
Wow.
What do you guys think? Could it have been an invasion we didn't know about? Could it have been a reconnaissance mission? So something is happening.
You know what I think? I think there's something going on down there, man. It's close to Antarctica. A lot of I don't know, man. Brazil and Uruguay, Paraguay, and Argentina have been real hotspots. Even Chile, where the Incas used to live, there's a real hotspot out there in South America and the Amazon. Maybe because of all this Amazon, I don't know if you noticed, but they stopped talking about how the Amazon was burning, and the Amazon has been burned up. 3/4 of the Amazon is completely gone now. There's something going on with UFOs out there that we don't know about.
Right? I mean, anything is possible at this point. Honestly, I see a flaming ball in the sky. I'm going to take pictures, record, put it up on social media. But that's just me. I mean, but something did happen. There was no reports of government saying, we're conducting a test or anything. They basically brushed it off since it was a short event, but it did get caught on camera. Let us know what you guys think.
Let us know. Hit us up. Now moving up to the next episode. I mean, not to the next topic. You know, man, it is very interesting, and it's extremely sad what we're about to talk, and it's a real touchy subject. Today we have a very special guest in the house. He resides in the area of Phoenix, Arizona. He goes by the name of Jay Garcia. He is an artist and currently going to college, and he's also a heavy researcher on this pedophile gate information and category. Please welcome my little brother, Jay Garcia. How's it going, my dude?
Hey, what up? What up?
Hey, welcome,
What's
my boy.
going on?
Welcome.
You know, it's a pleasure having you here, and thank you so much for the time that you're giving it to us. I'm pretty sure that not only the listeners are going to be able to find a new source for information, but also thank you for for providing this information and waking up the people around, especially with people with kids and out there that are suffering throughout this whole agenda.
Yeah. I will have to say some of the details on this stuff are kind of out there, and can be very graphic, but there is like enough evidence to prove that they are real.
Yeah, I bet, man. I bet.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, people, you guys know how this podcast is. If it ain't for you, just keep it scrolling. Positive vibes all the time.
That's right, man. So, Jordi, let's jump right into it, man. Let's jump right into the deep end of this fucking conversation. I want to drop bombs on you right now, but since you are the guest host, the sunshine and the light's going to be upon you. Please enlighten my way, dude. Let's open up this conversation with Jeffrey Epstein, my dude. We know that Jeffrey Epstein, as far as I know right now, Jeffrey Epstein got sentenced. He went into jail and supposedly, allegedly, go ahead, man. Give us some fucking knowledge.
That's one of the weird things because... So let's start with obviously Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein, if you haven't been living under a rock, I feel like you should at least heard his name somewhere at this point. Mm-hmm. And Jeffrey Epstein being one of the most richest men in the world, coming from New York and lived in Florida. Mm-hmm. And for years, a lot of people haven't really known that he was a really big pedophile, like a really, really big one.
I heard he even had his personal island, and he had a bunch of elites. Thing. Yeah. Okay. Like, see, you know the name. He had a bunch of elites under his thumb, and his whole network. His whole network was connected with not only politics, but also the royal family.
Politics, the royal family, famous Hollywood actors from around the world. It's very unusually weird.
Wow. Give us a little bit of the details of what you know of how many people he was connected with and how the flight logs and the people. Yeah.
Well, to think that it took almost about 2 decades to get prison is kind of impressive, considering that those 20 years he was being charged for the pedophilia. And
so he was being charged for pedophilia for over 2 decades?
For almost 2 decades, pretty much.
Wow.
And barely now he got sentenced. Wow.
Yeah, that's power.
Wow.
To the point that a lot of his victims were like already out there and they were already starting to like have the courage to go out and speak about it. And
speak against them.
Yeah, so like if you let's say if you watched, I don't know if you guys have watched the Epstein his documentary on Netflix yet.
No, I have not. I haven't really taken a look at that.
Well, like to go and pretty much like cut it up, it's the whole document is explaining how who his victims are, is getting the perspective from the victims, and then like it just how horribly things went from like, okay, maybe we can get him arrested, but he's just famous, but I'm pretty sure the police could do something, to like the police having to go to the FBI because they couldn't do it, was no longer in their like jurisdiction to do anything about it.
Yeah.
And it just kept getting bigger and bigger because from the FBI still couldn't get him arrested because of his connections high up. So they just have to keep...
With the current politics in power.
Yeah. So they just have to keep going up and up and up until finally there was like someone in the higher up power who said, no, why are we still having this dude around if there's enough proof to prove that he's a pedophile?
Even at that, now I don't wanna cut anybody off here, and Tanke, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I know for a fact I'm not a Trumper. I did not vote for Trump. I'm not even voting this year for anybody because all these pedophiles out there. But look, I think what happened was by the time that Trump went into office, Trump started to fight against this pedophilia ring because exactly how you said, it got to a point where he was in trial for 20 years, 2 decades, and he got not one conviction. And all of a sudden, once Trump comes in, he started arresting all these pedophiles. Not only Jeffrey Epstein, but also big directors from Hollywood. What's his other one? Einstein. What's his name? He just got arrested maybe like 2 months ago back in April for molesting women and having pedophilia, what's it called, child pornography on his laptops. The name will come back to me, but go ahead and proceed, Jordi.
Yeah. Well, apparently, supposedly, the way they did the charges to the victims from Epstein is essentially saying that they were all underage prostitutes that had lied to him about their age.
Shit.
Which is kind of fucked up because that's not true. Once you start hearing it from the perspective of the victims, this dude is just repulsive because he managed to make a whole, what they call a pyramid scheme of just child prostitution, essentially.
And I heard about this pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, so let's say the pyramid scheme. At first he thought that it was just a few girls, but then they started realizing the technique that he was using to get them all those girls. He would pay them. He would convince them that he was friends with them, and then he would, even while he was still molesting them, and then pay them to bring in some of their friends in for him to satisfy himself as well.
I also heard that it connected all the way back. Tanke, correct me if I'm wrong, please. But I was doing some research and I found out that also the people that he was connected with, for example, artists and entertainment, people in the entertainment industry, actors, people from the same Actors Guild in Hollywood, they were all connected to him. And the way that he would, if you wanted to come up some way or somehow, if you wanted to blow up and make it out in life, you would get connected with Epstein, and then Epstein would have you do all these pedophilia rituals and satanic rituals, or whatever you want to call it, and commit to all these profane acts and incriminate yourself. And using that data, using all that evidence, he will tell you, okay, I'm gonna make you rich, I'm gonna put you at a spot, I'm gonna connect you with the right people, you're gonna become who you want to become. But if you ever step out of line and you don't do what you want me to do, and if you don't do my favors in the future, remember, I got that trash on you, and I'm gonna throw it on you, and I could fuck you over.
Epstein had a lot of people under his nose, a lot of people under his power. If someone tried to if he needed a favor from someone and they didn't want to do it for him, he would essentially use that blackmail to make them to get what he wanted out of it. That's why he managed to go out without being charged for almost 20 years with that.
Yeah. I feel you. I'm right there with you. Right there with you, dude. How do you think? Now, let me give you a question, man. Drop us some bombs. How do you think Jeffrey Epstein is connected? Connected with the Clintons.
With the Clintons? Oh, yeah. They've been friends for years, but I don't know if you guys been hearing anything about the Clintons. But there's a supposed, let's call it a theory that they're actually satanic, vampiric people who kill children for their blood.
Yeah, I heard this.
Yeah, no,
you know what? And you know who told me this too? Last episode, Tanke brought up something about blood trafficking, which kind of blows my fucking mind because now you're bringing up this topic also. It kind of connects.
Yeah, it sounds weird. What the fuck do you mean? They're satanic people that drink do they drink the blood or what's up? No. So essentially, there's this weird drug that kids can produce in their body that you can only get through torturing the child, making them go through a lot of stress. And essentially, once that drug starts appearing in their blood, they will kill them and grab it, and then they will rub it on their skin or consume it for the reason that it's an anti-agent drug.
Yeah.
So essentially, meaning that no matter how, meaning that they would, it's like a, how do you call it? It helps them, prevents them from aging, essentially. It lets them
I heard they consume it to stay young for longer times during their lifespan. I know. I've heard of vampiric and satanic rituals that basically what they do is they get a newborn, and specifically boys. They get boys and or little girls, and they do not only sex acts with them, but they also groom them to become sex laborers.
Yeah.
No way.
As they grow up.
Like they treat them essentially as cattle, not even as humans.
Like cattle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what I heard. I also heard that, for example, Joe Biden, the current Democratic elect, Senate or senator, how would you say it? Senator? Yeah.
Yes.
He currently owns a fucking island that is neighbored to fucking Epstein's island.
Really?
And underneath both these islands, there is a Navy base for submarines. Using these submarines, okay, in the 80s and the 90s, these submarines were used for tourists that would go onto the islands, and they would use them for tourists to go underwater and look at all the coral reef in the Bahamas and during all the Pacific islands. But now they're using this as a Navy a submarine base.
No.
Yeah.
How the fuck are you going? How are you gonna tell me that Biden owns this fucking island, Jeffrey owns that fucking island, and now you're telling me that Jeffrey got stuck with the pedophile and human trafficking? What I believe, my theory. This is my theory, and again, to all the listeners, if you don't believe me, don't fucking believe me. Go look it up. If you don't believe me, go look it up. My theory is this. These motherfuckers are running a fucking human trafficking ring. Not only a pedophile ring and doing satanic rituals and drinking fucking baby blood. No, and not only that. I know they do that also at the Bohemian Grove. And it's a fucking it's a nasty ass fucking tribe that they're dealing with. But I know for a fact that these people are dealing with human trafficking, and somehow, some way, they're also connected with the fucking Mexican cartel and the fucking Italian mafia and the underworld, the Russian underworld.
Wow,
all of this shit.
It's all connected. With that.
Oh, we're going really deep.
We're going deep. We're going in deep, man. We're going in deep.
Have you ever heard of Wayfair?
No. Go ahead and enlighten us.
All right.
So Wayfair is essentially like IKEA, but for billionaires.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so it's like everything under is stupid expensive. We're not going anything under like 3 zeros at the end of it. Probably even 4 zeros. Like super expensive, exaggerated. But in the past few years, some people have been noticing something unusual about this website and how they sell their items. And it's that each of their items is priced differently. It weighs a very unusually large amount for a fucking like furniture, and the names that they were giving the furniture were all different, even if it was the same furniture.
Oh, that's right. You know what? I'm sorry. But I did hear about that just recently, where they were selling furniture with like a person's name or something like that.
With human names. With human kid names.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Wow. Dude, that's just fucking disgusting, dude.
Yeah.
That is deep. And you mentioned something, Taka, you mentioned something on the last episode also, where somehow, some way, the government or the elites or whoever's behind this whole fucking pedophilia ring, they expose what they're really doing subliminally through music, TV shows, movies, and documentaries, and then not only, for example, The Matrix. We live in a simulation. Not necessarily how the Matrix is, but we probably are living in a simulation. Yeah. And other movies, not only the Matrix, but a bunch of other movies that expose how there's alien life, there's elites, there's secret societies that control you, assassins, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's fucking,
without a doubt,
it's freaking weird.
I do remember that. We were talking about how the government let us know stuff is real, but through movies.
And specific doses, just so that we could get used to that type of programming, so that when we see it in real life,
it doesn't shock us.
It doesn't shock us, and we don't fucking revolt and we don't become anarchy, basically.
Yeah.
So they give you a little dose. Listen to this, listeners. They're giving you a little dose of the truth, kind of like how they give you the flu shot in your fucking body, so that when the flu really hits, you're already immune to it. Same type of shit with your fucking mind. This is called the placebo, nocebo effect. So they give you a little bit of everything, or what's really happening, and so when you see the shit, and then once you see somebody getting raped or somebody or kids getting molested, you think it's fucking normal.
Yep.
If you go to Amazon Prime right now and you go searching for pedophilia fucking movies, you'll see a movie that you have to pay for where it says pedophilia, a mental disease. They're trying to normalize
Yeah.
Having somebody come and rape your kid
Yeah.
because it's a sex orientation. 5 years ago, the pedophiles try to fucking contribute with collide and coordinate with LGBTQ movement, which is the gay and pride and
I know what you're talking
and
about.
lesbian.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
They try to make it LGBTQ pedophilia.
Yeah, but you've ever heard of trans age?
That's essentially what they were trying to do. Do you know what trans age is?
No. Let us know.
So
you know what a transgender is, obviously, right? It's a person
Yeah,
who
obviously.
changes their sex, right?
Yeah.
And this is not me offending this, but I remember this, and then remember it was really fucking controversial at the time.
Speak up. Your mic is a little off. Can you mind fixing it a little bit?
Hold on.
Is it better now?
Perfect.
All right.
So essentially, what trans age is
When someone identifies
as the another gender, but also consider themselves to be a lot more younger from their actual age. So
Okay, so basically every woman and man in life.
Pretty much.
But the funny thing is, though, the people who were doing this were men in their late 30s that were saying that they were females, and then saying that they were like 6-year-old girls, essentially. And then,
fucking schizophrenia.
And then they just wanted to be playing with kids because of their trans age, essentially.
So you're telling me basically that there is a mental disease. I know there's a mental disease out there where you have double personalities or triple personalities.
Yeah.
Or you have what kind of like how Beyonce has Sasha Fierce. What's that fucking word
It's
that I'm looking
your alter
for?
ego.
Like an alter ego. I have an alter ego myself, but like so you're telling me that they're trying to normalize alter ego, but they're trying to use psychologically their mental a mental disease as an excuse to be able to fuck a little 6-year-old.
Well, not
That's
essentially
bullshit.
fuck, but supposedly be around them and make it be normal because they were trans age.
What the fuck?
You know what?
What the
I
fuck?
think it's pretty dumb. Honestly,
Yeah,
I mean,
That is a power
bomb.
bomb. I had no info on that shit.
No, even the LGBT was like, nah, this isn't us. We do not accept this. This is not good.
And that's good. That's good. I give it to the gay people and to the gay community. That is fucking amazing that you guys were able to reject that fucking shit, because now you guys would have lost the momentum you guys have now.
Yeah.
If you guys have power, if you guys have any type of power over the government right now and be able to fucking get married and vote and do whatever the fuck and even join the military as a fucking gay, transsexual, or whatever the fuck you want to be, I'm happy that you chose to stay clean to your shit and be having your own pride instead of sharing pride with somebody that's gonna fuck a 6-7-year-old little boy or little girl.
Yeah.
That is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Moving on forward, Tanke, I know we have some shit on. Let me see. We have some shit on the Clintons and how the entertainment industry. Jordi, by any chance, do you know any information on how Jeffrey Epstein was connected with the entertainment industry and anybody up high? Actors.
He through like a weird process of being just incredibly charismatic, managed to make a lot of people invest money into him. That was one of his main incomes of money, and then he would grab the money and invest heavily on artists, on the industry, on their educations, on the police force, and essentially that's how. So he essentially was supplying them the money so that he wouldn't get arrested at the end. And then he also managed to become very close friends with a lot of these people he would invest with, and then build enough blackmail to then use them in a later on situation if he needed to.
I heard he was even connected to Bill Gates.
Bill Gates? I don't know. Unless his name is
last time I heard that
the flight logs.
Bill Gates, this is on Google. Yeah, Bill Gates is on the flight logs. The people that were going to his island for practices. He is on the flight logs. And but Bill Gates denies having any type of relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. So does Donald Trump. But there's images of Donald Trump having been courted by Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell. Yeah.
Yeah, there's videos of them together. They would like celebrate the parties, and they would just go all each other and just spend their holidays together.
Big
all
tank.
I'm hearing is that
he
had money. That's the only reason he stayed a step of the game.
But nobody even know how he got his money, my dude.
No.
Like,
that's exactly the thing.
That is a weird ass motherfucking shit, man.
I mean, it's like, for example, we know where cartel members get their money from drugs. Okay, they become target number one, and we hear about them constantly. What I'm hearing about Epstein is charges were being brought up. It wasn't until recently that he got caught. 20 years, 2 decades evading capture. If this would have been a normal Joe, he would have been prosecuted on the first case.
You know what, dude? It is fucking funny. If you're a normal Joe, listen to this shit. If you're a normal Joe trying to fucking infiltrate or expose anything that's really happening in the world, the main FBI, this has happened countless times. The FBI will come, they'll investigate you, they'll go try to fucking target your house, they go into your house, they take you fucking arrested, and they'll find your fucking your child pornography on your fucking laptop, and they'll take you in for fucking a whole fucking lifetime. 25 plus years guaranteed, just because you're a pedophile. But because you have power, you have money, and high connections in the government, you get looked the other way.
Yeah.
Like, where is the justice in this whole fucking scenario?
It was just very unusual how with Epstein, every single time where they had enough information to arrest him, someone else in power came and said, nope, sorry. And then when finally they brought up even more information and they covered more stuff from him, there was always still someone who kept fucking just being like, nah, get this all down. It's not necessary.
This is fucking crazy. You know, I just got word, Big Tank, I just got word that you have an emergency call right now and that you're going to have to push out of this episode. It is really tragic to have you go out, man. Please go ahead and put your plug in right before you leave, and where can the listeners find you so we can take a little break on that?
My boys, I'm sorry I do have to leave, but I will be back. I encourage you to continue the conversation, and if we still need more, let's do a part 2. Let's have Jordi out back. Let's give him a round of applause, because honestly, he's a real hit maker. Where he's bringing you spag bombs. That's what he's bringing you guys. Yeah. Let me know. Do you guys want to hear this? Hit me up at Eknat, IVIX, on all social media platforms. EKNAT. Peace, love, and all to everybody.
Thank you so much for being here, man. Thank you so much for helping me guide this episode. We're going to miss you for the rest of this episode. We're about to speak for another maybe 15, 20 minutes about this case. I'm going to put you in. I'm going to put the plugs in. And thank you so much again, man.
No problem. Keep it going. This is the episode I really hate missing.
Hey, see you later, bro.
All right, Big Tank. Catch you in a bit, man. It was very unfortunate, listeners, that we had to let go of Big Tank. He's he's my right hand man on this show, but I'm gonna have to go solo for this one with Jordi. Jordi, please let me know what else you can tell us, man. So we left off on he's connected with the entertainment industry, and I recently heard also that once he died, some rich man, I think he was from Arabia. I don't know what I mean. He was Arabic, South Arabia. No, South. Lebanon. I'm not sure what country he was from, but he's a billionaire. Yeah. He bought the island, and then Jeffrey Epstein's bank account was activated.
Ooh.
So his bank account was reactivated, and his island was just recently sold.
Well,
and then
what happened was that when he died, he essentially had made his will like 2 days before he killed himself, and in his will he said that all of the money was going to go towards his brother, because Epstein has a brother.
Oh my God, I didn't even know that shit.
Yeah, Epstein has a brother.
Wow.
All that money just randomly went to his brother, and then whatever didn't go to his brother went to the island.
So there's
weird. So
that's fucking weird.
Yeah. And then his brother kind of just disappeared out of the picture as well. After that, all that happened as well.
That's fucking crazy, my dude. You know what, man? I think there's so much information within this episode, and this episode has been so fucking logical, and I love the way that you're bringing it up. I think it's gonna have to be pushed onto a second parter, my dude. It's a very touchy subject for the public. Unfortunately, this is what we're really dealing with. People, I want you to understand what's happening. Your children are prey, not you, not your fellow paramour, but your children. And it could be a Mexican kid, it could be a kid living in Phoenix, a kid living in Almani, California. It doesn't matter where you're at. There's missing children everywhere. The accounts of missing children are going up on the daily, every single day. Oh, yeah. Jordi, just you were mentioning to me that in Phoenix, Arizona, there's over how many kids again that are missing just this year alone?
Just from like Arizona, there's probably like a good 8,000 that have been disappearing.
8,000 children in 2020 that nobody has accounted for.
No, and then
This is not.
Have you looked?
Yeah.
If you look up on Google, like, just what is like the normal amount of children that go missing in the United States, like in just yearly, is like 800,000 yearly.
Wow. 800,000 children.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that the elites are staying young, staying in power, sucking your fucking kids' blood, raping them, and destroying their livelihood. And you never get to see your kid again. But yet again, you're fucking distracted by social media, by the owners of all these movies, by the owners of all the radio stations and the media fucking sites, and all these fucking newscasting fucking, the main fucking media you're watching on MTV, you're watching on fucking HBO, on CBC, on Fox News, everything. You know, in the 1960s, we had surrendered the rights to have free media. We don't have free media anymore. All media sites, all the channels are owned by 5 major companies. This was illegal in the 1960s, and now it's not.
Oh yeah, because that would be like a monopoly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now what's happening is they own the media, and they could tell you whatever they could tell you in the media, whatever they fucking want, and now you have to believe it.
News media is, for the past, just this year, it's kind of disgusting how they went, and they've been doing things. Like with the protests and everything, they're very biased. They always choose heavily one side and don't explain the other side.
Of course. They never hit in the middle. Look, every American right now either is fully left side wing or fully right side wing. Either you're a fucking libertist, or you're a fucking Antifa, or you're a fucking Black Lives Matter. You're so dramatically changed, and you're so fucking popularized in just one certain little area, because that's exactly where they want you to be. They can't have you in the middle, and they cannot have you organize yourself to become one peoples. They want you deliberately. They want you divided so that they could conquer. This is how they keep you controlled and programmed. If you turn on the channel right now to Fox News and they tell you the next programming comes to you by fucking Kotex and fucking and Trojan condoms, you know what they just told you? The next programming. You didn't hear programming. All you heard was condoms and Kotex. But they specifically mentioned programming, because they're programming your brain from an early age to think and believe what they want you to think and believe. You have to challenge everything. And I'm not just talking about the rest of the world, and I'm not talking about religion and government. I'm talking about specifically right now, this case, the pedophilia ring. August 22, there's going to be a march here in LA against human trafficking. El Chapo's fucking... Yeah, there is, right here in LA, and it's all over. You can look it up. I'm gonna put up the link on this episode so that everybody could follow this channel. His name is Jay the Kid. I forgot his name. He's a small time rapper, but he's organizing all these marches against pedophiles, and it's fucking insane. Now, Jordi, again, we're gonna have to push this up to a second part. We're up to 33 minutes already. I don't want to take too much time with the listeners. Listeners, if you think that these episodes should be longer, up to 30, at least an hour 30 minutes, go ahead and email us. I'm gonna hit you guys all up with the links at the end. I really wish that Tanke was here to finish up with me, but Jordi, it was a pleasure having you, dude. And I know we missed a lot of counts. I wanna make a second part with you if you're available sometime next week to drop a second episode on this shit. I know the listeners are gonna be extremely hyped up for this. We didn't touch base on Maxwell, which is Jeffrey Epstein's wife. We didn't touch base on how Donald Trump is also part of a bigger conspiracy. QAnon. I don't know if you heard about QAnon. I know QAnon has something to do with this also. The royal family, the royal family, and how some of the royal family members had a disperse and they disappeared and they moved to Canada to hide themselves. Alan, Tank, what's his name? Tom Hanks. Run Forrest Run. Yeah. Oprah. Ellen DeGeneres.
Barack Obama.
John Legend and his wife.
Yes. The drones that saw some building at the island of Jeffrey, the Epstein Island. Dude, there's so much more information that we're not able to touch base on, and unfortunately the time has run out. But we are going to touch base on part 2 for episode 5, 6. I don't want to keep you waiting too long. Jordi, please let everybody know where they could find you, or at least where they could find more resources and more information about this topic.
Well, I won't give my personal Instagram for my own personal reasons, but I will say that there is this one Instagram page that I do find a lot of information of. It's called Wafergate.
So can you spell it out for the people?
So it's way. So it's actually way. So it's WEYFAIR, and then I believe it might be underscore and then gate.
Wafergate. Again, everybody, that's Wafergate. Look it up on Instagram. Maybe they might have a YouTube channel, and if he's popular enough, he might even have a Twitter. This is a very interesting topic, and if you have any children, if you're willing to at least hear what we're saying to you guys, you guys don't have to believe us. You guys don't have to be on the same page. As long as you listen to us and take it to consideration, look it up. You don't have to believe us. Look it up. It's been a pleasure. Right before we leave, let me put in a segment for you, dude. Let me put in a segment.
Right.
This segment is called MFK. You gotta marry one, fuck one, kill one. Yeah,
right.
Marry one, fuck one, kill one.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you. Okay, you ready?
All right.
All right. So we have Scarlett Johansson, Shakira, and J-Lo. You gotta marry one, fuck one, kill one. Go.
Marry Scarlett Johansson.
Fuck J-Lo,
Whoa.
and then kill the last one.
You gotta kill Beyonce.
Yeah.
Beyonce?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I said Shakira, Beyonce. No, wait.
Shakira. Fuck, kill Shakira.
Kill Shakira.
You just confused yourself already.
I know, dude. If I had like 6 different names of people and shit, I would probably marry Scarlett Johansson because she is just a goddess.
Yeah, she's one of the fucking most beautiful women I've ever seen. Hells yeah.
Yeah. And then I would fuck Shakira and I will kill J-Lo because I know J-Lo has a very deep past in Satan worshiping. She is an occult artist. So
oh shit.
But fuck that bitch. Yeah, so we're gonna have to Google some shit on that, and they're gonna bring that shit up later on in the next episode. Thank you so much for being here. Yo, dude, you made this episode fucking happen. I'm really happy, dude. I can't wait to have you on the next one and continue on for part 2.
Man.
It's been a pleasure, man. For all the listeners, you could find me at Trebles Garcia, TREBLES GARCIA. We also opened up a new Instagram account for Paranoid Radio. Paranoid is PARANOI, no D, just PARANOI Radio. And you can send me emails, your questions, your feedback. You want to talk trash, you want to send me a story, you want to tell me anything, whatever you want to do, you could hit me up at paranoidradio@gmail.com, paranoidgmail.com. And then we just got news this morning. It's completely honored. It's an honor to tell you guys that we are finally on all major platforms. We are on Spotify, on Google Podcast. We are on Apple Podcast. Run it through. Leave a 5-star comment, 5-star review, and leave a fucking comment. And if you don't think this fucking podcast is awesome, then let us know what we could change to make it better. Remember, we are not here to challenge your thoughts, but to emphasize your thoughts. And like everybody else says, man, everything that you hear is not truth. You have to challenge your reality. Your leaders are not elected. Your leaders are selected. And Jordi, thank you so much again, man.
Of course. Anytime.
All right, guys. Catch you guys next time. Have a good one.